And the third main topic today comes to us from Ryan Wollmuth, who writes, "Hey, John, greetings from Minnesota. With Spider-Man Far From Home opening next Tuesday, do you think it's a mistake by Disney releasing it so close to Toy Story 4? And do you think it will hurt Toy Story's box office?" All right. Thanks a lot for the question, man. And yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot wait. I'm getting more and more stoked for this movie.
Me too.
Yes. I'm so pumped for this thing. But it is opening very close to Toy Story 4. Couple of weeks. There's a couple of things that I think we should be pointed out here. The first thing I want to point out is this. If Disney didn't have a big movie like Toy Story opening when it did, that would have left an open spot in the summer release schedule that another studio just would have come along and dropped a major film in. Spider-Man Far From Home was going to have a big movie opening in a 2-week, as long as it's not 1 week after the other, but within a 2-week window of it, regardless of whether it was a Disney film, a Universal film, a Paramount film, whatever, it was going to face competition. The only difference is the competition is one of its own movies, asterisks. We'll get to the asterisks in a second. So it's going to face competition. You put a movie out in the summer, you're going to face competition. That's just the bottom line. The other thing that really needs to be pointed out here was this. Disney is not releasing Spider-Man Far From Home a couple of weeks after Toy Story because Disney is not releasing Spider-Man Far From Home. It is a Sony movie. It's totally understandable, Rob. It's totally understandable why people keep forgetting that, but it's an important distinction. This is a Sony movie. I know it's weird to think of it that way. It's MCU. It's, Kevin Feige's the producer of it. It's all that kind of stuff. But it is, the distributor of this movie is Sony, and the distributor decides. Now, I know there's going to be a bunch of people who think they know something all around going, no, Disney's still more powerful, so they made the decision about, no, they did not. Sony's the distributor. Spider-Man is their character. They chose when to put it out. Now, I have no doubt that there was probably some consultation with Disney. Absolutely. Of that, I have no doubt. However, the bottom line is Sony decides when to release the film because it's their film to distribute. And again, so I really don't think it's a big deal. On top of all that, while there will be some crossover demographics here, Rob, I believe, between a Toy Story audience and a Spider-Man audience, I'm totally into both. They are, on a general term, they are two different types of movies. You're getting the family audience to one, you're getting more of the geek audience to the other, so there's some differential there. So I honestly don't think there's any downside here. Having a Spider-Man Far From Home 7 days after Toy Story comes out, that becomes a little questionable. But, I've said for a long time, Rob, I believe 2 weeks, in the way today's movies work, I believe 2 weeks is enough time. So I personally don't think there's going to be any problem or any bumps in the road for it right now. I don't know. How do you see that?
I agree with you. I think that, look, like you said, it's a Sony movie. I think Toy Story has its audience. I think Spider-Man has its audience. While there's a lot of crossover, it's the summer movie season. So I don't see that there's a lot of interference happening. And remember, they moved Spider-Man up a few days to open. It's opening on the 2nd. Which is Monday,
right?
And it's Tuesday. It opens Monday night, midnight, something like that. But I don't see it as being a problem. And like you said, what were they going to do? Push it deeper into the summer? Yeah, I don't. I think that they're going to ride the crest of that 4th of July weekend right into box office gold. And Sony wants a little bit of that Marvel cheddar, their little Disney cheddar, and they're going to get it because from all accounts, Spider-Man Far From Home is a wonderful movie, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm dying to see this. I think the marketing's been sharp. I loved Homecoming. I know you didn't like Homecoming as much as I did, but I personally really loved Homecoming. He's had a great presence in Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah, it's going to be huge, and I don't think the Toy Story thing's going to infect it at all. What do you guys think? Do you think there was maybe a strategic mistake for Sony and Disney to have a Toy Story 4 open in close proximity? Remember, it's not like it's 1 week separated. It's a couple of weeks separated. But do you think maybe there was a strategic mistake there? If so, why? Jump down the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.